Get your copy today, it's your daily dose. You won't see any truth, it's not even close.
Does Rotkin exist?
Well, they're not. I was going to say all over the place, but they're actually mainly in the city, because we do go to London occasionally, and sometimes we go through the city on the number 8 bus, and or come into Liverpool Street Station, and you can see them all there.
So how much of you is Rotkin?
Not a lot in terms of the idea, the politics, and the idea of life. I suppose, like any actor, I will use aspects of myself to inform a particular performance. But over the years, I've played lots of villains, and they're always much more fun than...
Do you always play villains?
No, I've done some comedy as well. I've done a variety of things. I did Doolittle in My Fair Lady, for example, and Toby Belch in Twelfth Night are some of my favourite memories.
These poor schmucks walk around like they're the cat's pyjamas. And all the time, we know where you are, what you're doing, who you're talking to, what you're saying, what you're planning.
You once said to me about greed that it doesn't go far enough, and it doesn't have it's not what's needed. What is needed to change things, or can it be changed?
Difficult question. I think, since I'm a pacifist as well as an anarchist, that the only way forward is in realistic terms. I accept that greed works on a metaphorical level, but it's also a bit idealistic in the sense that the ruling class don't drop dead because you want them to. They have very good mechanisms for protecting their interests, and I think that the only realistic scenario for change is for a preferably internationally coordinated, not from the top, but liaising with people going on strike in terms of debt repayment, which would include rents and mortgages, for example, and credit cards and so on. But that would mean a radical shift in the economic basis of the community, because everyone would have to be much more self-sufficient. This has happened once or twice in extreme circumstances where, I think it was Venezuela, I can't remember the detail, but where people were forced, because they didn't have cash coming in or inflation was rampant, to rely more on their own resources communally, so that they'd have to share things with their neighbours, food and artifacts and so on.
Can a musical change the world then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I think one of the well, obviously I'm biased because I'm working in the arts and culture, but I've always felt that the cultural aspect of society is equally as important as the financial one. I mean, obviously we all need to pay the bills and get enough for food and stuff, but once that's satisfied, well, for thousands of years human beings have had culture to it's not just the icing on the cake, it's an essential part of our society and what helps to bond society together. But I think, I mean, having said that, I think although music and the other arts can be used for progressive means, they have also been used for repressive means in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is this the first time you've sung in a show?
Oh no, I've done several musicals. Yeah.
So I remember seeing you in Oklahoma.
My Fair Lady.
Oh yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors. That was a good one.
Which character were you in that?
I was the plant. Feed me.